It's your boy Wits Capone, and I'm back with another video. And today I'm going to be talking about growing up in Islington. So yeah, this one's going to be a very intriguing and interesting one, innit? So put your seatbelts on for this one, you get me? So yeah, man. Obviously, back in the day, man used to live in N5, innit? Back in the day. So that's like Highbury, New Park, like them sides there, innit? So obviously, man will go to school and that near like my yard and that, them times, innit? You get me? Cool. So I remember man used to play out with one of my boys called Tristan. Big up yourself, Tristan. If you're watching this video, bruv, I'm going to get to certain stories that's going to have you dying, fam. Don't watch that. And yeah, secondly, big up man like Nicholas as well. You know who you are. So yeah, obviously like, I have lots of like memories of that place, innit? Because I used to live in Peverton Road back in the day, innit? And that area as a whole, there was a lot of like togetherness. There was a very like I wouldn't say big community, but there was a community there, innit? Like everybody would ride out for everybody, innit? Put it that way. And I remember me and Tristan and that Nicholas guy, you get me? We'll be playing ball from like, I don't know, 1 o'clock or to, I don't know, 8, 9 in the evening and that. And them times there, staying out till 9, like 8 or 9 was like an achievement, innit? You get me? You're thinking, raw, you get to stay out that late, rare. These times on the signboard and that, I used to say no ball games and that, innit? So literally, we always used to play football there when we weren't supposed to, innit? And there'll be times, yeah, where either I will blast the ball or Tristan will blast the ball and it will hit the neighbours' windows and that, and then the neighbours will come out on a raggle thing. Yo, who kicked the ball into my window? Rete, and then we will just take off, taking. We're gone. We're nowhere to be seen. You know in cartoons when they run, you just see nothing but smoke, fam. Like Tasmanian Devil and that. We was gone, fam. Trust me. So yeah, I remember as well. There was one time. There was one time where there used to be this one guy in it. He had a bike in it, some black Donny in it. He had a bike, and I don't know why we must have been like bare bored in it, and then I must have dared Nicholas, my boy Nicholas. I must have dared him to kick the motorbike in it because he had an alarm, yeah, that goes off bare loud. You can literally hear it on the whole road, innit? Everyone that lived there can literally hear it, innit? So he booted it, yeah, bare hard, yeah. Imagine my man was near the door and that. My man just comes on a gang thing, just chasing us differently, innit? We're taking. These times we had energy for days and that. We're taking. All now we've got to the off license near the pub, near Clisso Park. We're all running now. My man's still chasing us and that. I'm thinking, bro, this man's like must be pissed off and that, innit? You get me? And yeah, man, not even just that, but I had my fair share of gal experiences as well. These times I was on some joke thing, innit? So there used to be one thing that I used to like back in the day, innit? And obviously she lived next to my boy, innit? I don't know why. Don't even ask me why. I don't even know why I was doing this, yeah? I literally used to go to her door and press, and not her door, but I used to go and press her doorbell like bare times and then run away like some idiot, bruv. Obviously, I wouldn't do that now, innit? Because obviously, man's mature and man does, you get me? Man conducts myself in a proper way now, innit? So yeah, I just remember knocking on the door bare times and running. Kind of like playing like Knock Down Danger and them thing there, innit? Running, all of that. Me and Amanda running. Then one time, I thought, yeah, man's going to try and run jokes. And knock the door again. Knock the door. Her mum just comes. What the fuck you playing at? Where do you live? When I see your parents, I'm gonna let them know that you've been coming to my house and knocking on my door. Obviously, I couldn't even tell her the reason man was moving brazen, doing all this mad thing, innit? But in my head, I was like, oh, I was doing it because I like her. And obviously, that's not the right way to go about things. But you know when you're hella young, you're naive, innit? You're not mature, so of course you're gonna do dumb stuff like that, innit? You get me? So yeah, in terms of like playing out with the man them and that, I remember days where literally me and Tristan like used to have fights with certain Donnies as well that will come to the ends. You get me? One time, I remember, I forgot my man's name. I think his name was Ewan or something. I think it was. I can't remember. But yeah, let's just say his name was Ewan. So obviously, normally it's just us two kicking ball and that till like mad late. Randomly, Donny just comes, oh, can I play? Cool. The first day he was calm and that, like, no problems, no issues, nothing. So he's playing, cool. Next day comes, we've gone to his bit, innit, which is kind of near us, innit, which is like near like swings and that. My man starts moving mad. Oh, you can't play football using my ball. Go use someone else's ball. I'm like, bro, man, like my man's moving smoky, fam. Like imagine when we had our ball and that we're all letting him play, but when it comes to us, he's moving different. Like he's moving mad snaky and booky and that. Then on top of it, there was another guy called Cairo, innit. He used to be mad cool, innit, like proper cool with us and that. He used to kick ball with us and everything, innit. Then one day out of nowhere, he just switched up, fam. Like switched up. Every time he would see us around, he would start giving us dirty looks and that. Even his margin would start giving us dirty looks and that as well. I'm thinking, raw, like, well going for Donny, we ain't even done that into him. And he's moving weird, like I didn't even understand it. You get me? And my boys didn't understand it at the time themselves, innit? It was just like mad weird and that. There'll be times as well, growing up in Islington, where we'll go to some park called Clissold Park, innit? Clissold Park fun fair settings and that. We used to go there. There was this ride back in the day. I don't even know what the ride is called, but you would literally sit on them. You would literally sit on them things that push you into like a room, innit? So obviously, man's gone into the room now. It's hella dark. I'm just seeing bare cobwebs and all of that malarkey and that. And I'm just like hella shook and I'm thinking, raw, like this is brazy, innit? But luckily that day I went with my dad and that, innit? That's how you know it was time ago. My dad don't even live with man no more and all of that. But this was like back in the day. And then my dad was like, oh, try not to be scared. But my man was moving bad. He was even scaring me himself and that, innit? And yeah, man, literally when Arsenal, what I liked about living in Highbury then as well, literally everyone in that area supported Arsenal. Because like at the time I used to live in the heart of Highbury, like right in the heart of Highbury, innit? You know what I mean? So yeah, like them times there, yeah, it was good times, man. Good times, literally. I couldn't complain. So I would say in 2010, early 2011, I moved to Essex Road, innit? Obviously, I'm not gonna bait out the exact road and that, but I moved to Essex Road, innit? So I remember in the beginning, when I moved to this area, like, I wouldn't say I wasn't familiar with the area because I was, but in terms of my actual road, it took time for me to start, like, you get me, getting used to certain people. Cause I'm not gonna lie, there was full of like dickheads when I moved to this road, didn't it? I can't even lie. There was certain people that was just like hella weird to me, like, you know them ones where you just don't really fuck with a lot of people in the area and that. So I just kept myself to myself. But eventually people started chatting to me. I remember some girl back in the day when I first moved to the area and that, man went shop with my bedrooms and that, with my secondary school bedrooms and that. They came. I remember at this time like it was yesterday. So it must have been like 8 o'clock, something like that. 8 or 7, one of the two. So I was at one of the corner shops in Essex Road, yeah, next to the Sainsbury's where the rat problems has been happening and that don't fucking kill me, yeah. I was there, then some two lighties just came into the store and that. Oh, I'm not even gonna lie, you're nice, you know. What you saying? You got snap in that, yeah? I was like, yeah, man, take my snap in it. You get me? Then afterwards, like, we can probably like talk on the phone or something, innit? You know them ones there. And then obviously her girl was trying to get my boy's number as well, innit? So obviously my boy gave her his number, innit? Cool. So obviously, like, I'm just chatting to her. We used to link up bare. We used to go to a park called Nightingale Park, innit? I used to go Nightingale Park all the time, yeah? Obviously, because these times, bearing in mind, I never used to have 3 yard. She never used to have 3 yard as well, innit? So we would literally go Nightingale Park, yeah? And I'll start fingering her and all of that, innit? Moving brazy, like. Literally, I'm piping her, like, late at night in the park and that, innit? It was actually brazy. So, obviously now, she got, like, whipped, innit? But I made it clear to her in the beginning that I wasn't there for that particular reason. Especially when you're mature. When you're immature, you don't see things like that. You're just trying to have nothing but fun and fun only, innit? You know what I mean? So she understood in the beginning, but you know how it goes, man. When you pipe a thing and it's too good, all of a sudden she's gonna act like you never told her anything, and she's gonna be in her feelings. You get me? Fast forward as well with the man them in secondary school times. Sometimes the man them will come after school. We'll go to a place called Whitty, because obviously in the previous videos I've told you that I used to go St. Aloysius. So yeah, we used to go Whitty for football. Not even just for football. Funny enough, yeah, a lot of people used to go Whitty for fights. So in school, because we went to a predominantly like all boys school and that, it was actually mad because we didn't get to express ourselves how we wanted to express ourselves, innit? You know how it gets. So every single time there'll be beef and that. Oh, come Whitty, man. Next minute, you know, there's hella man circling around the place and that. Then people are just getting out their phones and that, recording some next Donny getting smacked up and that. That's how it was back then, innit? That's how it was back then. So literally, man, like it was just a madness, innit? Like it was just a madness. And as well, growing up in like Islington as well, for me it's always been like good for me anyway, because I've grew up with a lot of cousins that live in Islington, luckily enough, especially where I used to live before. Hella cousins and family friends, man, used to live around and all of that, innit? Even now, to a degree, where I am, it's still Islington, you get me? And I still live around a lot of my aunties, uncles, and so forth, innit? Do you know what I mean? And yeah, man, I just embrace Islington, innit? Because it's the ends, and I'll always have love for Islington. I'm not one of these people that, what do you call it? I don't love my ends. I want to get out of the ends. No, obviously, eventually, when the time is right, you work your way, you move out of the ends, you do whatever. But don't do this thing of, oh, you've moved away from the ends now. The people that live in the ends are no more relevant to you. No, you have to be relevant, because that's what helps you when you want to do a career, whatever it may be. That's what helps you stay relevant. Do you get it? So you can't just treat people differently once you get to a different pedestal to everybody else, because at the end of the day, everybody is the same. Everybody bleeds. You get me? No one's better than anybody. Everybody's equal. You get me? Whether you're confident, whether you're not confident in life, everybody has a purpose in life. Everybody serves their purpose. Everybody knows what they want to be with themselves in life. So never belittle someone's dream, or never look down on anybody. Long story short, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. And yeah, that's what I was going to say as well. Man, nearly forgot, but I remembered, yeah. I remember when I moved to Essex Road and that, when I first moved, I never used to have my Samsung Smart TV, innit? I used to have a Toshiba TV back in the day, innit? And I used to play music bare loud, yeah. I used to blast music here on the block and that. Like, initially, people used to complain, innit? But after a while, they just stopped complaining, innit? Because they know, literally, I run this road, fam. Literally, I can play music bare loud. No one would say shit. Back then, when I first moved here, people used to say stuff, but then they just gave up, innit? You know how it goes, innit? Because me, I'm just hard of hearing. You get me? Especially when I think you're just chatting shit, innit? I ain't trying to hear nothing, innit? So I'll just play my music loud. Even till this day, when my boys or anyone come over to the yard, my cousins or anything, they'll be like, why is the music so loud? Like, you sure your neighbours are not going to say that? But me, see me, I just don't fucking care, innit? I don't fucking care. Honestly to God, I don't care. So I'll just play my music. Me, when I listen to music, yeah, I can't listen to it in headphones. I have to listen to it loud so I can take in the whole rhythm and all of that. You get me? I've always been a music guy as well, innit? You get me? Man's always been a music guy from young. Trust me. But yeah, man, before I go, it's been your before I go, man said it's been your boy, you know. Fucking hell, mate. So yeah, before I go, make sure to leave a like on the video. Click the notification bell as well, because that's what helps you get the like alert that I've posted. You get me? Because if you just click subscribe, it's gonna notify you, but it's only gonna notify you at times, innit? It's not gonna notify you like all the time I post, innit? So yeah, if you could do that, that would really help. Also, don't forget to share my videos, whether it'll be to friends, whether it'll be to family. Like, at the end of the day, it's helping me, innit? And without you as like the supporters, none of this will be possible, innit? You get me? So yeah, if you could like share it on Instagram, WhatsApp, Facebook, like all of them social media platforms, I would really appreciate that, because that's what helps. That helps my YouTube algorithms. It helps my channel become better. Also, by liking my videos, by leaving comments under my videos, it helps other people from like different countries and stuff like view my videos, because it will pop up on their recommended and that, innit? But yeah, man. Other than that, it's been your boy Wits Capone, and I'm out.